Are you tired of that nervous feeling every single time you're about to merge a pull request? Well, today, we're going to build an automated gatekeeper using AWS CodeBuild. It's going to transform your code review from this manual, stressful chore into a fast, reliable, and totally automated safety net. Let's dive in.
Every developer knows this exact moment. You see the new pull request, and there's that little hesitation. Did I check everything? Is this thing going to break production? It's a moment that's just filled with risk. But you know what? It really doesn't have to be.
Look, manual checks aren't just slow. They are wide open to human error. Even with the absolute best intentions, things get missed. That leads to bugs, a drop in code quality, you know the drill. But what if we could automate this entire validation process? Well, that's exactly where we're heading.
Okay, to build our automated gatekeeper, we first need a rock-solid and secure foundation. And that starts with two absolutely crucial pieces. First, how we pass information into our build environment using variables. And second, how we give it the right permissions to do its job without, opening up a security hole.
So CodeBuild gives us three really powerful ways to manage information. First up, you've got your default variables from AWS itself that give you all sorts of build metadata. Then we have static variables that we can define for our specific environments. And here's the most important one for security: dynamic variables. These pull secrets at runtime so they are never, ever hard-coded.
And that brings us to a really critical question. If our build needs to get at our code, our secrets, and all these other resources, how in the world does it do that securely without us hard-coding credentials everywhere? The answer is a really core concept in AWS.
And the answer is the IAM service role. Honestly, the best way to think about this is like a secure digital key card. You're not giving CodeBuild a master key to the whole building. Nope. Instead, you're giving it a temporary, specially programmed key card that only opens the exact doors it needs to and only for as long as the build is running. And this key card is incredibly powerful. With the right service role, CodeBuild can securely download your code, it can upload the build artifacts, pull secrets from Secrets Manager, write all its logs to CloudWatch, and encrypt everything along the way. It's a complete, secure workflow, all without a single hard-coded credential in sight.
All right, so we've got our secure foundation in place. Now it's time for the real magic, the automation. How do we make this process kick off automatically the second a pull request is created? And how do we get that instant feedback? Let's find out.
CodeBuild is literally designed to be kicked off by events. The most direct way is using an event from code commit that flows through EventBridge. If you need more complex logic, you can pop a Lambda function in the middle. And if you're working with external services like GitHub or Bitbucket, a simple webhook is all you need to get things rolling.
Okay, so the build is running automatically. That's awesome. But nobody wants to be digging through log files every time just to see if it passed or failed. We need a clear, immediate visual sign right where the developers are actually working, right inside the pull request itself.
And the solution is the build badge. It's such a simple, dynamic image, but it gives you the build status in a single glance. Green means you're good to go. Red means, hey, stop and investigate. It's clear, it's effective, and it's right where you need it to be. And these badges are way more than just pretty pictures. They're generated in real time. And you can get to them through a public URL, which is exactly how they get embedded into platforms like CodeCommit, GitHub, and Bitbucket. And here's the important part. They operate at the branch level, so the badge on your pull request is reflecting the status of that specific branch's code. All right, now let's put all of these pieces together. We're going to see how the variables, the service role, the triggers, and those badges all combine to create our fully automated gatekeeper, the thing that's going to make sure no bad code gets merged. So, how does it all connect? Well, it all starts right here. A developer creates a new pull request in AWS CodeCommit.
And that action is immediately picked up by CodeCommit, which fires off a detailed event straight to Amazon EventBridge.
From there, EventBridge acts like a traffic controller. It simultaneously triggers a Lambda to post a build started comment for that immediate feedback, and it kicks off our main CodeBuild project.
Now our gatekeeper gets to work. It uses its secure role to check out the code and run the entire test suite.
Once that's all done, it publishes its own succeeded or failed event right back to EventBridge,
Which in turn triggers a final Lambda to post the result and that all-important build badge directly into the pull request. And just like that, the loop is complete. The whole process is fully automated.
So our gatekeeper works. It tells us what failed. But to be really effective, we need to know why it failed, right? And we need to know why without digging through miles of logs. Let's see how CodeBuild helps with that.
This is the moment of truth for any developer. The build is red, the badge says failing, the clock is ticking. So now what? Do you really start scrolling through thousands of lines of log files just hunting for that one error message? There has to be a better way.
And there is. Instead of a wall of logs, you get a visual test report. This screen instantly shows you key metrics, like maybe a 75% pass rate, a full summary of your test suites, and how long each one took. It completely transforms debugging from a frantic search into a calm analysis.
You know, the best part is you probably don't have to change your existing testing tools at all. CodeBuild natively understands a whole bunch of different report formats from popular frameworks like JUnit, Cucumber, and Visual Studio. You just point CodeBuild to the report file, and it does all the rest.
So we've done it. We've built a powerful automated gatekeeper that ensures code quality and security for every single pull request. We've automated the testing, the feedback, and the reporting. This really brings us to a final question. Now that you have these tools in this pattern, what manual process in your development lifecycle are you going to automate next?